Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how I do my skin prep before I start my makeup, and it's inspired by Korean beauty. You first want to start off with a cleansed face. I first start off with the Ordinary, and it's their glycolic toner, and you're going to go ahead and apply it and damp your toner pad, okay? Not super soap, but just damp on the surface on this. And you want to go on swiping motions. This is a very mild peel, and what this does is create luminosity in the skin and gives you that glowy glass skin look without being oversaturated. Once you apply the toner evenly, you want to go ahead and let that set. It's still a little bit damp. Let's move on to the hydration products. Now, normally I would use toner pads for these, but I'm currently out, so I am using a rice face mask. And what rice does is brightens your skin, makes it more plump and supple, and very hydrated. Perfect for makeup application. Go ahead and open your product, whether you're using a toner pad or your face mask. And as you can see, it is very drenched in essence. Beautiful, beautiful. You want to go ahead and just put the product, put this sheet mask right on. It's very cooling as well. I love this. And coming from the Dollar Tree, goodness, what a great product. Now this is very soaked in essence. So you're going to be here, give yourself around 20 minutes. Whenever you see that the sheet mask is drying up, that is your sign to go ahead and remove your mask, and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, now you can tell your mask is done once you see it lifting from your skin, so feel free to peel that off. You should feel refreshed. You can tap the rest of the essence in. Now our next step in the routine is a nice serum, and I use this rice serum, keeping in theme with my mask, from Mita. It is a South Korean serum. It's very lightweight. I noticed that it gives my skin a nice glow without making me sticky. The problem is sometimes I have trouble getting the product out of the stopper, but let's see if it cooperates. There we go. And the consistency is rather liquidy, but the stickiness from a 1 to 5, I want to say it's a 2 out of 5. It's not too much. So start in the center of your face and move out. And the rest go on your forehead, down the nose, and down your neck. And just keep rubbing that in. You want to make sure that this layer is also completely absorbed. Do not move on to the final step until you have completely layered the product on evenly. I am currently using the Lazy Day Dewy Dream. You can find this at Five Below. I bought this for $7, and I've been using it since the fall, and I'm about to run out, so it is almost time for me to grab a new one. And this is a face moisturizing gel, and I'm oily skin, so I prefer a little bit more of a gel texture on my skin than a cream. And in the wintertime, it's lightweight but moisturizing enough that I don't feel like my skin is drowning in oils. So you just want to apply that very thin layer of moisturizer just to lock in all of your skincare products. Again, take your time here, no rush. Here it is, guys, the final step. And this is the Day Dude sunscreen by Beauty of Johnson. I do 2 finger layers of sunblock. Always start with the part where you have a lot more facial surface. So I do the cheeks first, then the forehead, and bring it down to my neck and a little bit on the chin area. I never touch my nose with the sunscreen. I take the rest that's done from the rest of the face to the nose. So start in circular motions and move outward. So we're going counterclockwise for this. Make sure to get under your eyes, on the lids, your temple, the earlobes, the edge of your ear, very important. You always want to get the high points of your face because the sun loves that area and they're very sensitive to the rays. Make sure your forehead is also evenly textured. There we go with the nose and the chin. Just soft swiping motion, the jawline, and get your neck. Very smooth and even. This texture is like a moisturizer, so you're not gonna get any white casting out of this. And with olive skin, you really don't want to have any white cast because we already have like a muted tone to our skin. So this is perfect, and there is no flashback when you're taking pictures. That is it. If you sat through this, you have the patience to do all of this. Just make sure you set aside around 30 minutes before your makeup application, a little more, just because when you're layering the products, it could take a few minutes depending on the products that you use. But very simple routine. This sunscreen says to give yourself around 15 minutes before you head out in the sun. So give yourself 15 minutes before you go ahead and apply your products, because this glowy texture just means that the sunscreen hasn't set yet. So you need a little bit more time before it completely absorbs. But that is it. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I would love to hear your comments and your opinions. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.